If you desire to get good yields at the end of the season, plant population is one of the important factors you need to consider to help you reach that goal. This is because your yield is determined by the number of healthy plants you have on your field and how they interact with other factors such as rainfall, soil fertility, and the incidence of pests and diseases. After germination, there are three possible outcomes. Your field may either be optimally populated, underpopulated, or overpopulated. If you go according to our previous message on proper sowing, getting an optimum plant population should be easier. However, some seeds might fail to germinate, which will result in empty patches or spots within your field. This will ultimately result in underpopulation and lower yields. On the other hand, if you use the highly viable seed and all your seeds germinate, you will be faced with an overpopulated field, which will also ultimately result in lower yields as a result of increased competition for limited soil nutrients, water, space, etc. This is what this message is going to address. Refilling is what you do when you realize that certain parts of your field have failed to germinate, while thinning is what you do when you realize that you have too many plants on your field. It is possible to carry out both thinning and refilling on the same piece of land. In areas of your field where the seeds did not germinate, please refill. On the other hand, you should also thin out areas of your field where all your seeds germinated and you have too many plants per stand. Thinning can also be done to plants which appear weak and diseased after germination, so that you can replant those spots and get healthier plants. Under normal conditions, cowpea, soya, and groundnut should all germinate 5 to 7 days after planting. If after 7 days you notice that some seeds have not germinated, it means that there is a problem and you have to take steps to refill. Also, you should monitor closely all the young plants and identify the ones that appear weak and diseased. These should be removed and those spots refilled. There are a few reasons why some seeds will not germinate. It could be because the seed is not good, soil moisture was not sufficient, or the seeds got eaten up by rodents or other pests. Before you refill, it is important to check the soil around that spot for any signs of pest presence or activity, and then refill immediately. When refilling, you should always make sure that you use the same seed you use for the first planting so that you don't contaminate your crops or the harvested grains. Refilling should always be done 7 to 10 days after the first planting so as to avoid a wide gap in growth between the plants that germinated and the ones that were refilled. During refilling, ensure that you place the seeds at the same spots or close to the original spots. This will ensure that you maintain the original planting distances you used in setting up your field and reduce overspacing and overcrowding. To carry out thinning, the weaker or smaller looking plants need to be pulled out gently to avoid damage to the other plant. Timely thinning should also be done 7 to 14 days after planting. This ensures that plants do not suffer from unnecessary competition before the extra plants are removed. It is important to remember that both refilling and thinning can be carried out on the same field. All spots that did not germinate need to be refilled, while stands that have excess plants need to be thinned out. If after germination your field is neither underpopulated nor overpopulated, you will not need to refill or thin out your field. Note: if you use certified seeds, conduct germination tests, and plant correctly, as taught you in the previous messages, you will spend less time on refilling and thinning.